Good evening and welcome once again to Match of the Day for two First Division matches. And as the league table begins to settle down, it's no surprise to find Liverpool, the favourites, already up among the elite title contenders. And their match against Arsenal at Highbury might well indicate if the Gunners have what it takes to keep pace with them. John Motson sets the scene.
Well, I'm part of the second sizable crowd at Highbury in the space of 5 days, Jimmy, and I estimate that Arsenal have grossed over £200,000 from those two matches. So with home clubs keeping their own gate receipts this season, they can certainly afford the wages of Charlie Nicholas.
And a little left over for the others too. It's going to be close, and also our second game, a local Midlands derby between newly promoted Wolves and just stayed up Birmingham City. Seeing fair play is Barry Davis.
Well, Clive Thomas is the referee, Jim, and I think he's rather better qualified. Wolves, as you remember, gave us some great moments last season, and they need the points from this one. And Birmingham surely can't have another season in the role of escapologists, so all to play for here.
And we'll look forward to assessing the prospects of those two Midland rivals later. Meantime, news headlines from Bob.
It's been a good day for football. The season's highest score, 8-1. 2 5-goal wins in the First Division. 2 players score 5 apiece. And there's a hat-trick as West Ham retain their 100% record, the last in the league.
So, judging by the size of the crowd, Highbury was a popular place to be this afternoon for the visit of Liverpool.
At number 7, Alan Sunderland, who lost his appeal against a club fine yesterday, takes the place of Brian McDermott as the third attacker in Arsenal's new progressive formation. Joe Fagan has picked the same team for every league match so far. Number 9, Ian Rush, has scored in 3 of those 4 games in which Liverpool are unbeaten. And number 6, Alan Hansen, makes his 200th league appearance for them. The referee is Alan Seville from Birmingham. Liverpool wearing the yellow strip, playing from the right. And these two teams know each other so well, it's hard for them to come up with something new tactically. But Arsenal have made provision today for Colin Hill, their number 6, to mark Ian Rush, for Stuart Robson to push in tight on Kenny Dalglish. And it may mean David O'Leary playing more or less as a free man, with Kenny Sansom picking up Michael Robinson. We shall see as the game develops. But that was the plan, and it's a free kick to Liverpool to be taken by Souness. Played short to Neil. Phil Neal, who scored here when Liverpool won 2-0 a year ago. Coming in from behind on Charlie Nicholas. Quick free kick from Talbot to Ricks. Davis. And Ricks with the ball forward for Nicholas. Oh, against the bar! So close to his first goal in front of the home fans. And instead it's Dalglish at the other end, finding Rush. Johnston. Souness. And Neil offside, is it? Well, the flag was up. Well, that was a fine ball by Graham Ricks. It cut the Liverpool defence, and Nicholas, the angle was never better than ordinary, but he got a powerful shot in, and it crashed against the bar with Grobbelaar beaten and went to safety. Davis beating Souness. Offside. Offside. It's not Alan Sunderland so much as the 2 players on the other side of the field. There's confusion there, 1 or 2 players looking round, but it wasn't Alan Sunderland that the linesman flagged for anyway. The referee has given the free kick there, but if you saw that again, I'm sure you'd agree another Arsenal player on the left was further forward than him. Here's Hansen. Robinson tried to dummy Sanson, didn't succeed. Davis only as far as Hansen. And now Rush. Good ball. Johnston didn't get a hold of it. Robinson didn't either. Good distribution from Pat Jennings in this opening period. But Alan Sunderland running into trouble against Johnston. And that's a useful ball for Dalglish. And here's Rush, deflection, Robinson, good save, Johnston. Craig Johnston puts Liverpool ahead after 17 minutes. And he started the move too, if I'm not mistaken. It started on the left, it went out to Dalglish on the right. The first good chance appeared to come to Michael Robinson. Jennings saved that. But Craig Johnston was on hand, following up the attack to put Liverpool in the lead. It's his first goal of the season and indicates a sign of confidence getting into the penalty area now that Joe Fagan has given him a specific position in the side, which many people feel he didn't have before. Here's Kennedy. Rather unlucky for Pat Jennings, who made a good instinctive save from the first shot by Robinson. Good ball from Ricks. Woodcock's got three in the middle. Here's Sunderland. Sunderland to O'Leary. And Arsenal are committing so many men forward that Liverpool get a break, a ricochet, and they're on their way again. Dalglish with Kennedy coming up outside him, and four now the other way for Liverpool. And Sammy Lee's in there! What a superb counter-attack. And that's where Liverpool punish you so fiercely and so promptly if you lose the ball. It only takes a matter of seconds for them to turn a defensive situation into a promising one at the other end. Spreading it wide to Sunderland. Took it down well and found Talbot. Now Arsenal have got plenty of players forward, but Liverpool's so good at closing down the midfield men, and look at that. Johnston to Dalglish, and Arsenal are undermanned again at the back. And Dalglish goes on, and Robinson comes in to bring a save from Jennings. But the same pattern again. Liverpool winning the ball by pressing onto the Arsenal midfield and smoothly carving out a shooting opportunity. And the wind carrying the kick from one goalkeeper through to the other. Sinners. Gets it back from Lawrenson. Inside for Robinson. Little touch for Rush. Danger here for Arsenal. Here's Johnston. And Robinson's in there. And forces a corner off O'Leary. And Rush coming in, comes back to Dalglish. Kennedy. Oh, and Johnston here. Robinson's in there, and a good Diving challenge by Colin Hill, which put him off. A mistake by Alan Sunderland, letting in Craig Johnston. But as the ball was squared, Hill's challenge surely put Robinson off. Souness. Dalglish to Rush. Oh, two mistakes. Lee. Rush again. Johnston beats Talbot. And indeed, Johnston's gone down injured after that collision. Talbot also got hurt. Kennedy. And he's been brought down by Sunderland, who's having a somewhat mixed time on this right-hand side. He's not having the best of luck defensively. There was a clash of heads in midfield, or rather Talbot's head, and Johnston also took a blow. And Rush gets up, and against the bar by Jennings, a brilliant save. Lee puts it in, header by Dalglish, then by Davis, and Dalglish has missed a good chance. Well, from my position, that looked a fantastic save. Sunderland takes on Johnston and gets a free kick for obstruction. Robson's there, so is Kennedy with the miscue, and the referee brings the first half to an end with Arsenal in the same position as they were in midweek against Manchester United, trailing in a home match, forced to go and chase the game, and lying in wait, a team who are very good on the break and who lead at half-time with a goal by Craig Johnston. Watching Liverpool play with so much assurance at times in the first half, you began to believe that they can achieve this hat-trick of championships which they're chasing. Having won it for the last 2 years, they're so keen to make it 3 First Division titles in a row, and the last club to achieve that feat was Arsenal in the 1930s. What an achievement it would be for Joe Fagan in his first season as manager if that third championship was won. Woodcock, and driven forward by Sunderland, and away by Kennedy. Davis. That's a better ball. Now Sansom. Nicholas in the middle, so is O'Leary. And Sansom's cross, and O'Leary is there, and Nicholas is there. And the tackle, or the challenge, was by Lawrenson. Arsenal start to build up some attacks, and Sansom is onside, trying to get behind that Liverpool defence, which they found so hard to do, but he at least, Kenny Sansom, looks to be in the mood to try. Davis, caught by Phil Neal, he was late. O'Leary. Robson's up on the right. Oh, poor pass by O'Leary, and Liverpool able to break with Michael Robinson. Dalglish has got Rush in the centre. Now Robinson. Johnston behind him. Souness. This time it's Arsenal who are shutting down their opponents in midfield and winning the ball. Sansom put it through for Woodcock, who's onside. it's still Woodcock. That's a very good save by Grobbelaar from Tony Woodcock. Put through initially brilliantly by Kenny Sansom, refused to be shaken off by the defender, went on and tried to flick it beyond Grobbelaar's left side. Good reactions from the goalkeeper. And Souness with the long pass. Ian Rush. Ball was out. Good ball by Davis to Sunderland. Here's Davis again. 3 in the penalty area for Arsenal. Nicholas. Robson. Cross deflected for a corner. Important time in the match. Arsenal would expect to get something out of this spell. Away by Kennedy as far as Talbot. Ricks. Well played. Sunderland. Nicholas didn't get hold of it, and Souness on his 6-yard line threatened to freeze, but in fact found Sammy Lee and then got the ball back. How quickly Liverpool recover just when you think they might be shaking slightly. It was a missed kick by Nicholas. Here's Robinson. Souness. Lee on again for Kennedy, and once more to Johnston. Ricks. That's a good ball. Nicholas. Woodcock the only one up with him at the moment. Still Nicholas, but Alan Hansen able to get the block in. The crowd in the background so anxious to see Nicholas do well. Talbot with the corner. And O'Leary with the flick, and Davis is in there. And Hansen only as far as Sunderland, and now Dalglish. And Rush. Oh, how well they played that. Souness looking to his right. But the better support was the other way. Robinson. And he's lost out to Kenny Sansom. Davis. The crowd shouting, give it to Ricks. Talbot. Davis again. Well, he has now. Souness made a mess of that by Liverpool standards. Ricks again. Sunderland. Brilliant! Oh, but not the shot. He took it down in great style, Alan Sunderland. And if he'd scored, the blame would have been surely apportioned to either Souness or Lee, who uncharacteristically lost the ball in the middle of the field. That's a fine ball. Hansen to Rush. They seem to find angles other teams don't appreciate. Lee. Dalglish. Lee again. Robinson. Back heel to Dalglish, surely. Yes, it was. It's on here. And Dalglish has scored. A quite magnificent goal. And Liverpool prove again that there's no team better in Britain and maybe in Europe at passing the ball. The switch then was terrific. You could count the passes and appreciate them all. In the end, Robinson backheeled the ball to Dalglish, and the man they call the master craftsman fired in his first goal of the season to put Liverpool 2-0 up. In 67 minutes. And after Arsenal's best spell of the match, Liverpool, having absorbed all that, come back and score again. Again, Phil Neal, knowing the moment when to come through into the attack. He found Dalglish and it went on to Rush. And here's Dalglish again. And Neal's still in there. And there's Rush. Robinson, Lee. As the ball comes out, it's always a Liverpool player who appears to collect it. Neal could have done better with that. And it's only when they give it away that Arsenal get the chance to break, as they do here now with Woodcock. Ricks. O'Leary's made a run from centre-half over to the far side of the area. Oh, and O'Leary... Oh, a good save by Grobbelaar. O'Leary came in there on the blind side. Notice how Paul Davis just blocked the defender and let the ball run on for O'Leary, but what a good instinctive save by the goalkeeper. Craig Johnston lost his boot in that scramble. He's putting it on as Ricks prepares to take the corner. And this is a goal kick. Well, O'Leary was fed into the attack at a very timely moment there. And Arsenal are trying to play a more attacking formation this season. And the crowd today of over 40,000, the second crowd of that type to come to Highbury this week, may have to be patient if the style is indeed at a transitional stage. Nice moment between Samuel Lee and Kenny Sansom. Match has been played in a good spirit. Nicholas, and that was a foul by Neal, running back and checking Tony Woodcock. Here's Sunderland. And Talbot made a bit of room. Ricks. Oh dear, wasn't much thrust about that. Forward by Dalglish to Robinson. Look at the strides Souness made there through the midfield. Liverpool running, as always, into the 90th minute. Which to them has always been as important as the first. Will show that Arsenal lost twice at home in a matter of days, but I think the lesson of the week perhaps reflects more the fact that if they're a team whose style is in transition, the real strength of the First Division still lies with Manchester United and with Liverpool, because Kenny Dalglish, the finished article, completed a fine Liverpool performance with the second goal, and in the hard world of the English First Division, it's fair to say that Charlie Nicholas, for all the ballyhoo, is still in some senses bound to be an apprentice. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 2.
No, apprentice or not, without doubt Charlie Nicholas is making Highbury a more cheerful place to be these days, and a buzz occurs every time he gets the ball, and a remote camera shot shows there's no need for an L plate on his back when a goal chance arises. His control, with the chest of Ricks's chip here, nudging the ball into an almost perfect shooting position, gave him the chance to beat Grobbelaar for power with a superb but unlucky half volley. But it was Liverpool's day, crowned by a typical and quite beautiful Kenny Dalglish goal, which wrapped things up just when Arsenal had all but clawed themselves back into the game. An after-match story revealed that Liverpool's Craig Johnston woke up this morning with a heavy cold. He said in a gravelly voice afterwards, "You don't tell anyone when you're not well at Liverpool. It can take you 6 months to get back in the side. Now, I'm going home to bed."
Well, here's the newly promoted team in need of a boost of confidence. because Wolves have so far managed just 1 point from their 4 games. But they welcome back to their lineup this afternoon Andy Gray, who has recovered from an ankle injury. In the lineup there's only one new face, and that's at number 11, Tony Towner, who in fact has been around the game for quite a long time and finally made the journey here from Rotherham for £50,000. Birmingham are unchanged for their 4th consecutive match, which must be a nice change for their manager Ron Saunders. It's been a good week for them with 2 consecutive wins, but they were at home. What now can they produce away from home? Graham Hawkins, the Wolves manager. The grass at Molineux looking very lush indeed. It's had quite a bit of rain this morning, so the top surface could well be quite slippery. Palmer. Plenty of time for Vanden Hal. It's Rees. The youngster is making the most of his chances and starting the match on the left side. And Dodd, who hasn't missed a match for Wolves since he came from Stoke City early last season. Palmer. He was trying to find Tony Towner.
Well played, son!
Can't be done by John Pender, giving an early field of the ball to John Burridge. Palmer. Dodd. Gray. So Fanner was looking for John Richards then, but he's departed for sunnier climes. Clive Thomas, the referee, has just come from sunnier climes of Portugal, and this is his first match of the season. John Humphrey. Bit of a dive in by Halsall. Straight to Harford. We're disappointed that he made no use of it at all. Cover by Billy Wright. Rees. It worked in the end, but not quite in the way it was intended. This is Ian Cartwright. Towner's gone on ahead. Gray on the near post. Eve for the run around the far. Good turn by Towner. Gray, in fact, had moved off the near post. But Tony Towner with a nice turn, changed his angle. But the front players in the middle, Mel Eves and Andy Gray, made their moves perhaps rather too soon. Eves with a kick for a header and a nice birthday present. And Tony Coton, entitled to look dejected. He didn't come for the cross, nobody went up for it in a Birmingham shirt, and Tony Towner produces the goal from the corner, and Mel Eves gets a goal on his 27th birthday. be looking for more now. Leaves. Birmingham, presumably, will be looking rather better for him. The Wolves have maintained their sequence of scoring first in their home games. Did so against Liverpool when they were pulled back for a 1-1 draw, and against Arsenal, to whom they lost 2-1. Phillips. Hopkins. Shot was from Harford, and it was a good one. Nasty one for a keeper. Hitting a wet top surface just in front of him. Burridge covered it well. Robert Hopkins to take it. Bender. Towner on his own, as far as the gold shirts are concerned. Broadhurst offside. Not much in it. Drive and shot followed, but the linesman, Mr. Delaney, right up with the play. The referee going in search of his man, and the book is coming out, and Alan Dodd will be the name to go in. Dodd making quite sure that his man, Robert Hopkins, didn't get away. Massive players between 18-yard line and 6-yard line. Broadhurst. Off 8. Both by crosser and keeper. Birmingham have come back well after going a goal behind. As Phillips will find 3 players in the 6-yard area, 3 further out. One of them Blake, number 4. And Harford, number 9. Broadhurst off the crossbar, underside of it. It was a very good try. Just an inch low and it would have gone home. Burridge coming a very long way. It was Rudd who gave the ball the boot. Gray rather hurting himself at ball and defender. Kevin Broadhurst certainly picked his spot and was just fractionally out. The fact that Graham Hawkins has come down to the touchline very early in the game is an indication of how the game is going. Well on by Gray. Ball seemed to float in the air, and he was travelling some few yards to get on the end of it. Was a touch of Gray. I was going to say of days gone by, we don't see them perhaps quite so often these days, but it's still there when he wants to produce it. Right. Good header. Very confidently done. Our Wolves' most experienced player. Could be problems. It's got all the way, push and shove, and there's going to be a penalty in the end, or the free kick initially. Hopkins still going on. The penalty in the end for the charge out by John Burridge. Although there was no doubt there was holding in the first place as Hopkins tried to get through. The linesman certainly indicated the holding, but the referee played the advantage. And Billy Wright has the chance for the penalty spot. And takes it for 1-1. chance to make amends. And John Burridge goes to the 5th match of the season and knows that he will not have a clean sheet today, as on the previous 4 occasions. Spins round and finds his balance quickly and well. Not quite the shot that he wanted. That's right. It's a fine ball if Tyler can take it. And Vanden Hauwe, referee played the advantage beautifully again. Gray! Well, it was a fine opportunity for Andy Gray. He was denied by the goalkeeper's legs. Gray really didn't strike the ball as well as he has on many other occasions. Gray. Certainly the service from the back and from midfield from Wolves has been nothing like as good as Birmingham, who are more than full value for the 1-1 score at half-time. Indeed, the visitors might well feel a little bit aggrieved that they're not leading. Goal scored by Mel Eves after 9 minutes and by Billy Wright from the penalty spot in the 29th minute. So the half-time score 1-1. Disappointing for the Wolves supporters, particularly the youngsters, but during the half-time interval, a chance to see what the Molineux ground might look like in the future, because this is a model of Derek Dugan's plan to involve the football club with the community and to allow the community to use the facilities of that football club. The whole area to include a trade centre, a sports hall, a local polytechnic school, industry, a hotel and living accommodation over 30 acres. It's going to cost £21 million, and Wolves are hoping that the government will assist to the tune of £6 million. Well, all that's for tomorrow. For this afternoon, there's a second half opportunity here for Billy Livingston, who's come on in place of Peter Daniel, who pulled a hamstring muscle. And Birmingham get the second half underway, and of the 2 managers, there can surely be no doubt that Graham Hawkins has had to do more talking during the half-time interval. Here's Livingston with an early touch. Bad one either. Phillips, Harford thinking about the run across, pulls away again, is ideally placed, and Burridge did well. Hopkins has to go down as an opportunity miss, but the cross was a beauty. And Burridge did well to deny him. Also, two took one, and here's Livingston. Oh, that's a good try. Really did hit that well. He was given the room because 2 Birmingham defenders went for Andy Gray. He got hold of it and gets a corner from it as Copeland went spinning across his goal. Gray is up, but pushed his man in order to get there. Skin coat being used pretty early. Birmingham City to make their substitution. The man to be replaced is Rees. Tony Rees being replaced by Howard Gale. Dodd. Harford. Palmer. Good header on by Gray. Towner going for the goal line again. Brendan Howe equal to it. John Pender has come forward. This time Dale Rudge does make the run off the near post. The corner's hit longer. And Houghton does a little bit of juggling. He picked up too much pace. Towner once more. That's a good turn. Billy Wright with the header once more. Palmer. Still a chance for Wolves. Livingston. I must say Billy Wright has done very, very well, particularly in the air. Gray. Towner. Oh, he tried to place it. Goalkeeper came quickly to him. Didn't see too much of the goal, I wouldn't have thought, Tony Towner. And he went for placement rather than power. Put it wide. Saunders was pleased at half-time, which, in my opinion, he was entitled to be. A bit disappointed about what's happened since. Palmer. That's the best long ball he's played in the match. Finds Gray. Towner, three waiting in the middle. He's gone for broke again. Eves! And the header hit the knees of Jim Hagan. (1-1) is the final score. Graham Hawkins still waits for Wolves' first victory in the First Division. Birmingham, on their first half performance in particular, good value for the 1-1 draw.
So Wolves still chase their first league victory this season, while Birmingham must be more than pleased with that point to add to those gathered as a result of their promising start. Bob.
Well, West Ham United take pride of place tonight as the only club in the league still with a 100% record. And they did it the hard way, but no doubt the entertaining way, against Coventry, having to come back from 2 down in 15 minutes. England manager Bobby Robson was in the crowd to see a remarkable turnabout as Dave Swindlehurst got a hat-trick, while Steve Whitten, who only left Coventry in the summer, scored the other 2 goals in a 5-2 win. There was a 5-goal win at Portman Road as well, with Ipswich beating Stoke. Bobby Robson will no doubt be pleased to learn that Paul Mariner kept up his goal-a-game record with 1 of the 5. Robson, remember, names his England squad on Monday to face the difficult European Championship match against Denmark. Not such good news, though, for Manchester United and possibly England, is that skipper Brian Robson injured a toe in the 2-0 win over Luton and is doubtful for next Wednesday's Cup Winners' Cup tie against Dukla Prague. Brian has an X-ray on Monday. Those 3 teams I've just mentioned lead the way in Division 1, with West Ham 2 points clear of Ipswich, who are 1 ahead of United. Then it's Liverpool and Southampton, who had a good 2-0 win at Sunderland, with Steve Moran getting both goals. Aston Villa break into the top 6 after their 1-0 win over Norwich, Dennis Mortimer the scorer. 2 Division 1 clubs recorded their first victories today. Spurs, who won 3-0 at Leicester, and Watford, who beat Notts County 3-1. The timing couldn't be better. Both Spurs and Watford play in Europe next week. The early pacemakers in the 2nd Division, Sheffield Wednesday, who drew at Charlton. Chelsea move into 2nd place after beating Cambridge 2-1, and they're joined on 10 points by Malcolm Allison's Middlesbrough and Billy McNeil's Manchester City. But the man of the day in Division 2 was Blackburn's Simon Garner, who scored all 5 goals in the 5-1 defeat of Derby. The day's other 5-goal hero, Tony Caldwell of Bolton, has had a fascinating start to his league career. He was playing only his 5th game for Bolton after joining them from non-league football in the close season. Tony's 5 helped Bolton thrash Walsall 8-1, the highest score of the season. Not bad for a part-timer who's a self-employed electrician. Obviously a bright spark. Pools now, and I'm afraid you can't expect a fortune if you've got the treble chance up this week. With 11 score draws and 3 no-score draws on the coupons, no claims are required. The dividend forecast, moderate. Here are the numbers: 11, 15, 17, 27, 28, 30, 31, 41, 42, 48 and 51.
Who wrote that bright spark line? Well, that's all for this week. We look forward to seeing you next Saturday evening, a regular date now at 10 o'clock. But let's end tonight's programme with a brief pictorial tribute to a couple of Scotsmen, among many who grace Football League clubs. Charlie Nicholas and Kenny Dalglish's predecessors might once have been termed Tanner ball players, but they've taken the art a stage further these days. Good night.
Nicholas. Oh, he's turned Lawrenson this time. Again, he's got Rush free to his left. Back again to Dalglish. It's so incisive. And it's Rush again. And Ricks with the ball forward for Nicholas. Oh, against the bar. Lee. Dalglish. Lee again. Robinson. Back heel to Dalglish, surely. Yes, it was. It's on here. And Dalglish has scored a quite magnificent goal.